Hi guys, I'm Dory. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If anybody's new here, I would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button, click the little bell. Oh, I love having more and more people on this journey with me. It helps me to share what I've learned and also learn from you guys. So let's start with the spiel. My name is Dory. I'm 47 years old. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy weight loss surgery on September 12th of 2016 with Dr. Darren Tischler in Hartford, Connecticut at Hartford Hospital. My highest recorded weight was 350 pounds. My day of surgery weight was 300.5 pounds. The lowest weight I've seen as an adult after surgery, or before surgery for that matter, was 169.6, and that occurred on September 10th last year. I have been trying very hard to get back down to that, and last week I was 170.4. I was so close, but of course I must have a little bit of water weight, or I had my cycle here and there, which it's kind of irregular. And so I'm now 171, and then I was 172 this morning. Not a big deal. It's not something 3 years post-op that I necessarily get all bent out of shape over. I know the first 2 years I would get very bent out of shape. Anytime I saw the scale fluctuate. Now I just know that fluctuations are normal. They are a part of everyone's journey. There's going to be fluctuations with stress, with all these different things that you come into contact with. If by chance one day you don't have enough water, you could be fluctuating. And some days, if I have over 120 ounces, I also fluctuate. I retain water for some reason when I drink too much water. Having said that, I know I'll get there. I'll get to the 160s. I'm definitely not, I'm not worried about it in the least. I actually have not gone to food at all to comfort myself. I want to talk about a couple of different things. One is, as you guys know, last week, it was last Sunday, I believe, so it's about a week ago or so, I was involved in a car accident with my son. A tractor trailer backed up over the front, sideways over the front of our vehicle and pulled all the front end off. I was deemed not at fault from what the insurance company just told me, but they totaled it. And so as a mom of 4 little ones at home, plus having custody of my niece, having 5 little ones, 2 different schools that I'm responsible to take them to and from, I am feeling the pressure. So they just gave me a payout quote. Now, luckily, a couple of things. One, by far, thank God that the vehicle is drivable. I can only drive it during the day and not at night because I do not have a light on the front. And, you know, another thing, we were not hurt at all. So excited, so thankful, so grateful. And I don't know how much it would cost to fix it. You know, of course, according to the appraiser, it was a total loss. So I just got the quote that they're willing to pay me, which I'm just so sad about the whole thing, you know. But the quote that they gave me was $2,400. I called them. I said, what kind of a car am I supposed to get for a family of 7 that costs $2,500 or $2,400? How am I supposed to even do that? It's not even, that doesn't exist. Because our expedition has high mileage is why they totaled it out for so low. Now, in the state of Massachusetts, you are able to retain your vehicle if it's been totaled, if you buy it from them at the junkyard salvage price. And then you're given a salvage title, which means that the insurance company will carry you on their policy under liability only. So you're only liable if you hurt someone. If you hit someone and you hurt them, then you're not liable, that they'll pay the person. But as far as collision or things like that, you're not covered at all. There's like no insurance for that part on it. So if I kept the vehicle, they would pay me $1,969. So that's probably what we're looking at doing, is keeping the vehicle and putting money into getting the new grill and light. And then in February, when we get our taxes back, just purchasing a vehicle with cash. We're really, really, really trying so hard not to get into debt, and we're trying so hard. We do not want to take out a vehicle loan at all. We just don't want to. I have not had a vehicle loan since I was about 23 years old. About 22, 23, I took out a loan for a car, financed it 100%, and the interest rate was crazy. And so we have never, I mean, I'm 47, and so in all these years, I've never had another vehicle loan. So my husband too, he's never had a vehicle loan, and he doesn't want one. Actually, I take that back. I did actually have a vehicle loan, but they repossessed it shortly after I got it because I really had I don't even know what that word is, but I had no business taking out a vehicle loan. I did not have the job for it and could not pay it, and they repossessed the vehicle. So yes, that was about 14 years ago or so. But anyways, fast forward to now. Now we have decided, my husband and I, that we want to live as close to debt-free as possible. We were actually debt-free for about 3 months until my husband's job got wonky, and he came back from tech school, and then there was an overage paid to us, which means that the government takes 2/3 of our paycheck, which leaves us, like a whopping $64 or, $100 and something dollars. It was crazy for a while. So we used our credit cards to pay our utility bills. We don't have cable, and we don't have really anything else, but we work with a really tight budget. But anyways, so we're leaning toward keeping the vehicle and trying to put lights on the front and a grill just to get us by till February. I'm not sure how that's going to all work. I'm kind of just numb right now. I just feel, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I can't even put into words. That's how numb I feel about it. I feel like, I'm always the type of person. Oh, good. Let me get the sun out of my eyes. Let me see if I sit forward. Okay. I'm always the type of person that thinks of the glass is half full and not half empty. And so this kind of threw me for a loop because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I had a plan, and the plan was not what God's plan was, maybe. And that's why it's all changing. I'm not sure, but I am grateful. Please don't get me wrong. I am so thankful that my car drives and I'm able to have the kids. They start school on Thursday. Today is Monday. So in 3 days, 4 out of the 5 go to school. My kindergartner starts a week later around here. And so for the most part, I will be free of, most of the kids. And I am grateful that I am able to bring them to school and pick them up. And that at least I have that. Now, on that note, I want to tell you guys, if you could please pray for Rachel and her son River. Rachel is Ray Ray's, it's Ray Ray's WLS and Beyond. I believe that's her Instagram. Her and her son River were in a serious car accident yesterday. I believe it occurred early yesterday morning, or it was the night before. It was maybe Saturday night. I got pictures, and of course I watched her videos and all her Instagramming stories right after it happened. And so I have had her on my mind. That's probably why I have this headache. I just have a headache that just won't quit. I think it's just a stress headache. I feel like when I'm stressed or I'm carrying some kind of a burden, the back of my shoulders hurt and I have a knot. And so on my left shoulder, I have a really big knot. And I just feel like I have this headache, and I feel so sorry for her. She's just such a happy-go-lucky person. And then to have this happen, and she had like 34 stitches across her forehead, right above her eyebrows or on her eyebrow. It's so sad. I just feel so bad for her. And so I definitely want to take time to mention that as part of my gratitude that she's alive. I don't think her car will be drivable as mine is. I don't know. I don't know the details, but I just know that I have had her on my heart and on my mind and in my prayers since Sunday morning. So I'm hoping that she is feeling better today. I know she was able to eat and she was able to have a Starbucks drink that she loves, as many of you guys who know her deeply know. So if you guys can keep her in your prayers as well. Her name is Rachel and her son's name is River. So anyhow, so what else is going on? I'm getting ready for school. I was able to get everything accomplished for all 5 kids to get them ready. They all have clothes. On my Instagram stories, I actually showed a way that what I do to make my family function very easily every morning. I know some of my friends have only 1 or 2 children, and either they don't have problems at all getting ready for school or they have a multitude of problems. And so basically, what I do now, having 5, and I did it when I only had 3 in school, and then the 4th, and now 5, is I take gallon-sized Ziploc bags and I write Monday and the child's name. So today I filled Mariah's and Isabella's. And so I'll write Monday, Isabella. And I fill it with the outfit that she's going to wear on Monday. So it's, pants, her shirt. The weather is kind of chilly here. It's nice now, gorgeous, but it's not going to be, it was like 60 degrees, 50 something overnight and 60 degrees when we woke up this morning. So they're wearing like the thin spring type pants or capris. But anyway, so I put their pants and their shirt and underwear and whatever other undergarments I have, and I seal it in there. I take all the air and I seal it, and then I put it in their drawer. And so every day they just have to grab one. And it really doesn't matter if they grab Tuesday on Monday. It doesn't matter. I don't have it that particular, but I did label it the days of the week just so they would feel comfortable that they had one for every day of the week. And I'm going to do the same for my son and my kindergartner. It just makes it so much easier getting them all off to school. So I just have to say, go get your clothes and go get ready. Or I could even go further and pull the days and have them ready for them to get ready. We are going to be on a big crunch this year because my 11-year-old and my niece, one's in 7th, one's in 6th, and they are going to be walking to the middle school, and they start an hour earlier than normal. So they have to be at the school by 7:30. Luckily, it's about maybe a half a mile down the road. And so they have to be there by 7:30 versus the other kids have to be at school by 8:30. So 7:30 they have to be there, and then I'll leave at 8 o'clock to take the other 3 to school. And I have mentioned in the past that I was really praying that they would get in the same school, and we are lucky that this year they are in the same school. If you could still pray for that whole situation, because I did get a letter just saying that, if class size goes up or this happens or that happens, that she would be booted out to the neighborhood school, which is just ridiculous. But if you guys can just keep that in prayer as well, that would mean a lot. So that's a little tidbit how to get them ready in the morning without having any issues. The other thing is making sure that they have their sneakers or flats or whatever they're going to wear to school, boots, when the winter comes, by the door or by their clothes. And so as they're getting dressed, they can just put their shoes right on and then head out the door or whatever. But just to make sure, because I know some parents, you see it on TV, you see it on YouTube, you see parents going crazy when they're telling their kids, go get your shoes on. Oh my gosh, I can't find my shoe. Where's your shoe? Is it under the couch? Is it here? Is it there? Well, organization from a huge family to you guys is key. If we're not organized, it just isn't going to happen. The same thing with a husband and wife. Like if my husband and I are not unified, things just do not go right. And so basically, being unified and being organized is our success in our home that makes everything kind of run smoothly. I know my niece, my brother always joked about it, but I run a tight ship. I really do. It's very important that we have everything in place and that we are setting ourselves up for success, because I don't want to be one of those families whose children go to school disheveled, not fed or whatever, because it was a lack of parenting or a lack of trying or a lack of whatever. Now, don't twist that. Anybody watching this, past, present, future, whatever, whoever's going to see this, don't get it twisted that I said anything about, kids who are disheveled or who aren't fed breakfast are terrible kids. That's not the case. But as a parent, I go to the extreme of making sure that my children will never leave this home not fed but breakfast, not dressed for the weather, not loved, not nurtured. My children will never leave the house ever like that. That's just not going to happen. And so those are some of the things that I do to try to set my kids up for success, so they can go to school and not be hungry, or they can go to school and feel like they're not cold or too hot, or that they don't have clean, fresh, great smelling clothes. I really have a huge effort into making sure that happens for my kids. Sorry, my landlord came and I had to abruptly stop recording. So I was just saying some tips and tricks that I do as a mom with a large family to help the school year get off to a decent start. So I'm looking forward to the kids being back in school. I'm looking forward to getting some mommy time. I'm so looking forward to get back to the gym. As quick as this summer feels like it flew by, it's been it's been an eternity since I've been in the gym. I just really like that time. I like that time to just drop them off at school and head to the gym, have the day, come home, straighten up the house, not have to worry about going into one room, getting it straightened up, and then having the kids join me in having a tornado go through it. Not even an hour later. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But God may have different plans for me, because I did apply for a job. I'm going to know usually, probably today, whether or not they have the opening, but it's very specific. And I don't think I'm going to get it because it has to be very specific. And so the school that my kids are going to, I'm looking for a position there in the cafeteria. And so I would be cooking and cleaning and whatever they needed. So I'd basically bring my 3 kids to school, park the vehicle, get them in line for school, go into work, finish work, bring my kids home, and then the other 2 kids will be coming from their school shortly after. So it would be really perfect. It would be actually too perfect for me to ever orchestrate, so it would be definitely have to be God that does it. But if I could work full time, the exact place that my children are, so if my son has any problems with behavior because of his autism or anything like that, I would be right there to help him. I would be able to see my kids during the day, make sure that they're okay. And so it would just work out perfect. So I'm not really banking on it, although I am open to God working out all the details as usual. So that's really it for now, guys. I did do some meal prep yesterday, but this video is getting way too long, so I'll make a longer video, or a different video rather, explaining some of the food prep I did yesterday. But until then, have a good day, guys.